Number 2, water. Now, we think of filtered water, reverse osmosis water, spring water, rainwater as delectable, delightful, delicious, and perfect for human consumption. Well, not only is that not necessarily true, but in the case of fish, it isn't true at all. There are a couple of issues. One of the primary issues is that soft water, soft acidic water, such as rainwater, such as reverse osmosis water, such as surface water, typically, contain very few carbonates. Carbonates are key to being able to hold a stable pH. That's the acid base level of the water. Now, why is that important? Well, water that is very base has a lot of carbonates at a pH of 7.5 to 8.0. Does a good job of controlling bacterial. Now, while it is true that acidic water does a good job of controlling ammonia, so does a dirted tank. A dirted substrate controls ammonia. You don't get ammonia blues with a dirted substrate because you've got bacteria in there that are nitrifying the ammonia and creating nitrites and nitrates, which are overcoming the problem of ammonia. Hard water with carbonates, alkaline water, a high pH of 7.5 to 8.0 is much preferable to a pH of 6.0 with little or no carbonates at all. RO water is 7.0, no carbonates. You start getting biological activity, that water becomes acidic. Now, the fish that are living in it will probably survive and be able to tolerate it, but you can't put new fish in. If you take a fish out of water that's 8.0, 7.5, put it in water that's 6.0, 6.5, the pressure on the cell structure is so much different that the cells actually expand and convert and will kill the fish. The best way to kill fish is to take them out of alkaline water and put them in acidic water. They'll be dead in an hour. So, you may have a tank with a pH of 6.0 and the fish in it are perfectly healthy because they've gotten used to it as it's gotten there, but you can't put new fish in. Deep well water is the very best water for tropical fish. To be sure, there are fish that require salt acid water. A beginner hobbyist is not likely to ever encounter any of those fish. More likely, the beginner will encounter fish that have either come out of brackish water or very hard water, such as the water in southwest Florida, where most of the farms are. That's by and large hard, alkaline water. Use drinking water for like a small bowl, like a betta bowl. Drinking water contains minerals and it has a high pH. Use well water. And in truth, most municipal water is deep well, hard alkaline water. Lake water may not be. If your water is lake water, you need to check it. There are a number of ways to add the carbonates in order to be able to get your pH where it needs to be. I do not recommend, however, that you do that. I recommend that your fish learn to live in your water just the way it is. In truth, if you're buying fish locally from a local pet store, a local fish shop, they're going to already be in and be acclimated to the same water you're using. So get them used to your water. That way, when you have to do a water change, it's not going to shock them. They'll be in the same water continuously. If you try to treat it and change the pH, change the hardness, you'll never get it right the second time. You'll never duplicate precisely what you have. So don't try to do that. Teach your fish to live in the water that you have, and you'll find it a lot easier to keep them alive long term. Acclimation, if there is a substantial difference, should take several days, not hours and not minutes. Acclimate very, very, very slowly. A cup of water every 6 hours in a 10-gallon tank. In 2 to 3 days, the fish will be acclimated to your water. But as I said, the reality is, any fish you buy are probably already living in the water that you have. So be comfortable with that. Use it if you have a problem, which you can check by checking the pH. Then adjust it. Or better yet, acclimate your fish slowly to your water so that they will learn to live in your aquarium and learn to live in your water. That's number 2. Thank you again. See you on YouTube. Bye-bye.